a very noble-looking man, older, lean-figured, is riding up on a warhorse, and the warhorse has plate armouring on it, and so does he. He's clearly a noble of great power and prestige. He rides up, he passes the sidemen on their cyber steeds, and takes up his position in between them, looking directly at Mortonbury Castle. He then positions himself as if he's going to give a speech. My Lord Percival Rudwick, Baron of Mortonbury, hear my words. 5 years ago, His Holiness Pope Pius V issued his papal bull, the Regnans in Excelsis, in which he declared that Elizabeth was the pretended Queen of England, a heretic and a servant of crime. His Holiness released all her subjects from allegiance to Elizabeth, and so she was no longer the rightful queen from then on. Elizabeth is the bastard daughter of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Their marriage was not recognised by the Holy Church of Rome. Mary, the rightful Queen of Scotland, who you hold in your walls, is the rightful heir to the throne of England as the granddaughter of Margaret Tudor, the daughter of Henry VII. Yield up Mary to me now, Lord Mortonbury, to avoid any further bloodshed. She will marry me. Then we will, together, take our places on the throne of England and turn this land back from devilry and heresy to her mother, the Holy Church of Rome, forever.
Oh, excellent speech, sir. I would chastise you on the language, but I know you've used bastard in its correct historical terminology, and thusly it would be okay for even radio broadcasting standards, by which who knows if we might want to obey at this given time.
He looks down from his horse. Who are you, you prattling fool?
Ah, the Doctor. Pleased to meet you, sir.
A doctor?
He says, taking off his flat cap and doffing it.
Spend no time with a man who's just a mere physician. Be off with you.
There is nothing mere about me, sir, but you seem to need a lot of trappings to make yourself feel important.
Never mind this. Men, attack! And his men start moving up.
Men, wait! Did they stop?
They stop. They're really impressed.
Some things in life about no.
Even Lord Hawksford is looking down expectantly, thinking you've got something up your sleeve.
I pulled from my sleeve the same bunch of flowers I did earlier.
Okay, make a coordination plus subterfuge roll.
9, 15.
Yes, with a flourish, you produce these fake flowers for everybody to be astonished by. That is a mere jester's joke. Sir Lord Hawksford is lowering down his spear with a pennant on at you.
Ah, but doth the fool not teach King Lear of greater things, nuncle?
I don't care. We are attacking. I will have this castle. Mary, Queen of Scots, will be my bride. I will become King of England.
But do you think she's going to be impressed by this, sir? By you coming in, all guns are blazing? Which guns? We'll get to that later. They're nasty things. You don't want anything to do
Good idea. Guns, where are my acrobuses? Muskets to the fore.
Wouldn't you prefer she meets you in under a flag of peace?
Okay, make a, let me see here. It's going to be resolve plus convince, please.
5 plus 16.
1 second. He is going to spend 2 story points. Sorry, what did you roll?
I rolled 16.
16, okay. Bah! You indulge merely in humbug, sir. We are taking this castle today, and that is the end of it. I have my steel knights, who will vanquish any number of your foes, for you have nothing to face them.
I have something to face you with, sir, though, and that's the truth. There is illness abound in this land, and I have the cure. If you wish me to share that with you, as opposed to you slaughtering these good people and thusly infecting your own men, then please go ahead. Otherwise, I can help you.
We don't care about the cure. This plague works to our advantage in weakening Mortonbury Castle.
Ah, but it's catching. Contagious, that would be the one. Thanks, Orla!
My pleasure!
Yes, your medical consultant in the background there.
Just pops out of one of the windows.
Now, on that note, back in the castle, so Orla, you've been able to apply some coffee to this young soldier, and he's greatly revived as a result. Meanwhile, you can see Lord Mortonbury himself, Percival Rudswick, is still wandering about. He's still in his long johns. He's managed to put a cloak on, and he's now heading upstairs. While he's heading upstairs, it looks as though you think that he's going upstairs to the gatehouse of the inner wall of the castle so that he can address the assembled throng of people. While he's doing that, what you also do notice is that there's another young soldier who's got a particularly greenish tinge to him, who's come into the main hall in which you're in at the moment, and his eyes are totally closed, and he's walking across the hall next to you. He's walking in the direction of the main gatehouse of the inner wall of the castle. His arms kind of outstretched a bit like this, just eyes closed.
I put my hand on his shoulder. Sir, where are you going?
He just kind of drools a bit, and a bit of spittle oozes down his chin.
Okay.
His eyes are completely black. He's not stopped. He's still walking slowly. It looks as though he's just trying to get out of the castle.
I'm going to hit him on the head, just in case he's aggressive.
Okay. Strength plus fighting, please.
Thank you.
Well, there's a lot more feisty than usual, I noticed, in this incarnation.
Well.
She's evolved. 7.
Or devolved.
As I look at it. Hey, Benny.
You whack him on the head. What are you hitting him with?
I'm hitting him with the jug.
With right, okay. What's your strength, by the way?
3.
Dong! You give him a real clobbering with the jug, and he stumbles a bit and falls over to the floor. He's passed out basically on the floor next to you.
Mm-hmm. So I check him over.
Okay, just without any particular instruments or anything, just yourself.
No, I'm going to go. Yeah, I've got my bag, which is very, very similar to the Adam West bag, as we know.
Yes, indeed.
From the 1960s Batman. And I'm going to check him over, and I've got a very 1960s scanner, a bit like that from the Doctor of Star Trek.
A tricorder, in fact.
I have.
You
yes.
have. Okay.
Okay.
So make an ingenuity plus medicine roll, please.
Just a quick joke while they're doing that. What did it say on Bones' medical report in Starfleet? Must try corder.
14.
Sorry, I'm just noting the tumbleweed passing through your room.
Yeah. Let's move on. 14.
Although you can't be sure, you believe that he has got the classic symptoms of the plague, and he's got it at a very serious degree, the worst you've seen.
We must get the coffee. We must get the bulk of the coffee for all the troops.
What? My coffee?
Yes.
But I want it for myself.
That's tough.
It's my coffee.
You have
What are you going to give me, nurse? For it.
I won't hit you with a jug.
Make a resolve plus convince roll, please. You're trying to intimidate him.
Yep.
Wow! He says, all right, take it, take my coffee, take it.
19.
Yeah. He's got a big jug of coffee beans.
Thank you for the coffee.
And you know how to make it, do you?
No, but that's where you come in.
Right.
Follow
Yes,
me.
of course. Anything to help, anything to help my brothers and sisters, of course.
Let's go.
It's the first, I've taken the hypocritical, whatever it is, I've taken that thing.
The oath.
Yes, that's the one. Yes, I'm sure to help. Of course.
Let's go.
Meanwhile, you've managed to thwart Lord Hawksford for some time, and he, with your prevarication, with your distraction of him at the front gates, his troops have been shifting around to side, and they've been rather delayed from actually attacking. Meanwhile, the heavens, it's got increasingly dark, and with a thunderstrike, it starts to rain. A light rain, first thing in the morning, on this hot August morning. The troops are positioning themselves outside Waterbury Castle. So Lord Hawksford has his men behind him, but for all Lord Hawksford's talk about aggressively attacking, his captains and so forth haven't actually ordered an attack so far. You can also see, back when you look at Waterbury Castle, on the inner wall, so if you imagine you're at the outer gates, behind them there's an inner wall with some higher towers, and you can just make out Lord Mortonbury, Percival Rudwick, stood behind the battlements, looking down on the battle scene, and in two of the towers, the cannons look as though they're now ready to fire.
Now, I can't help but notice that your men don't look like they're spoiling for a fight. I know the man up there is, though, and I don't want to see that happen. I can't guarantee who would win either way, and I'm not going to claim I can. But what I will say is there'll be a lot of lives lost on both sides. Come on, give me 2 hours. 2 hours is all I ask, and I can get things sorted out here.
How do you mean sorted out, Doctor?
I propose a truce while we get Mary Queen of Scots for you, and we solve the mystery at this castle.
Do you promise to give Mary Queen of Scots to me, Doctor? Is that what you're saying?
I indeed promise that Mary Queen of Scots will be free.
He gets off his horse and he flips up his visor of his plate helm. Let us as men shake hands on this consideration then for a settlement between us as men of honour, Doctor.
I'll put forth my hand.
Good. Yes. We will delay for 2 hours and we will recommence our attack at 9 of the clock.
9? I'm sure it's only... Oh, God, yeah. Time snuck up on me. Okay, we better get to work. See you in 2 hours.
Right. Where's my cook? Breakfast.
Come on, guys.
Okay. So you're going to... Okay. So what about No Name? What's he doing as well? Is he doing anything else?
No Name is going to be gingerly walking back as I just as the mad buffoon that the Doctor can be, just charging blindly back towards the castle to get on with stuff.
Okay.
He is more gingerly moving his way back, trying his sights on checking everything's okay. Obviously with his enhanced cybernetic abilities, which have been slightly enhanced still by the Sonic earlier. He's keeping everything trained, ready to put out a emergency blast of energy if he has to. Obviously it won't be as powerful without the Sonic, but he's just being alert. And we're making our way back towards the castle. What are the troops around us on our side doing? Are they following us?
The enemy troops?
No, the friendly troops for the castle.
The friendly troops are simply just watching.
They're just staying alive.
At the moment, they are... your impression is, from your understanding of the layout of the castle and the number of people in it and so forth, is that in actual fact, the castle is very understaffed, particularly because of all the soldiers who are in a bad way because of the plague.
Yep.
So it's going to be very difficult for them to see off a mass attack, such as appears to have been the case from Lord Hawksford's men. So they're pleased that the attack seems to have been halted just for the moment.
Okay, are they for now holding the line though, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. So me and No Name then, yeah. So basically we'll head on in.
All right. You join up with Orla again in the main hall of the house at Mortonbury Castle. And Orla, you can see the Doctor and No Name walking in. Mary Queen of Scots runs in. And she, whereas normally Mary Queen of Scots, as you might imagine, as a member of a royal family, looks absolutely perfect in her attire and the way that she's presented. She's really dishevelled. So her hair is a bit skew-with. She's not put on any of the makeup that she normally does. So she just looks very normal, as opposed to having all that beautiful white makeup that she normally
Made of lead.
Yes, exactly. And she's just wearing a very simple blouse. She doesn't have any of the normal finery that you normally associate with her wearing. And she runs in saying, Mary, my lady in waiting has gone. Where has she gone? What do you do?
Where did you last see her? Where was she?
I had gone to bed for the evening. She had assisted me with my evening derobement and with the evening removal of the makeup that I normally wear. And then I bid her good night. After we said our prayers, she went to her side room and I went to sleep here in the normal bed that I have. And then when I woke up this morning, she normally wakes me at dawn so that we can begin our morning application of my beauty regime that I need and attire me appropriately. She reads my correspondence, if I've received any letters of state or anything of that nature, and makes me aware of any points that I need to know. And she's simply not there. I've gone into her room. Her bed is well, the sheets have been removed. The sheets have been flung to one side and they're on the floor. And nothing is gone apart from her.
You really should return to your chamber.
Yes, I have my second lady in waiting, Molly, as we call her, Molly Waters. She's very good. She will look after me. But please, nurse, please do what you can to find Mary Seaton.
We will.
Sir Aldrich arrives, who's Lord Mortonbury's right-hand man, and he says, just as Mary Queen of Scots is about to leave, he says, Your Majesty, one moment. This is a moment of grave crisis for all of us. I ask that you and your lady of the bedchamber take refuge in our dungeon, for we know not what may happen this very day. Whilst the walls of Mortonbury Castle are strong, we are few in number, and the plague has taken many of our finest men.
Oh yeah, I see. Put the women in your little dungeon. What kind of game are you playing, sir?
I only want the very best for them.
I'm sure you do.
My charge as Lord Mortonbury's chief knight is to ensure their absolute perfect safety. That is all that I am thinking of, sir.
And
do you have a better idea?
Yes,
Keep them away from you.
I think the Queen here and Aura are more than capable of looking after themselves, and indeed adding something to proceedings.
Such as?
Are you questioning the Queen? For that matter, are you questioning Aura? I'm not sure which one would be more deadly.
The Queen, sir, whilst she may be a fine spirit, still only has the body of a feeble woman.
And is not quite the Queen of England, just to be clear, if we're in England.
Yeah, but she's a queen.
And?
Yeah, but I'm just trying to talk her up there.
Okay.
Aura, not now! Sorry about her, the little lady. I'm joking.
Dungeon's free, they say?
My lady...
The dungeon would be the safest place for Her Majesty and her lady in waiting. Do you not agree, Nurse Orla?
No, I don't agree. I don't agree in locking any women up, quite frankly.
I'm not going to lock them up.
So you're going to leave the dungeon open?
If there is a crisis and the castle is taken, then the tunnel that leads from the dungeon will be open for them to escape.
And we
with
have
two
proof
of my finest men.
We have proof of the tunnel?
I know the layout of this castle very well.
Does anyone else have proof of the tunnel?
No, it is in complete secret. It is entirely secret. Only myself and now you and a very few of those here at Mortonbury Castle know of the secret tunnel that leads from the dungeon out into the southern aspects of Hawkwood.
I suggest a bold option. May we speak to the Queen?
You may, yes.
I agree with that.
So you walk to Mary Queen of Scots' specific rooms within the house of the castle. She's getting dressed as you walk in, and a new lady in waiting is looking for her, is looking after her, helping her dress and so forth, and adjusting her hair. Ah, yes, the doctor and his nurse. Yes, how may I help?
Milady, you're looking bonny tonight.
Why, thank you, good lord.
Really?
my understand. I've got to do a complete roll check. Whenever you heard Mary Queen of Scots speak before, it should have been with a French accent, because she spent most of her early life in France, and she would have spoken with a French, apparently. Monsieur Docteur, I understand you were extraordinary in trying to broker peace between the parties. Is this not correct?
Don't think much for a Scottish accent. Yes, my lady, I did my part.
You are a saviour. You may have saved many lives.
I don't think much of yours.
How can I help you? As you may see, I am busy, and then I am to take refuge with Molly here in the dungeon. Have you heard that my Mary Seaton has gone missing, Doctor?
I have heard this. When did you last see her?
I last saw her, yesterday evening. We had a very pleasant meal, if you remember, and we spoke about my sister, the Queen, and then I retired to my room, and Mary and I said our prayers. She helped me undress and get ready for bed, and then before I knew what was happening, the clock of night fell upon me, and I drifted off into the most wonderful, restful sleep, Doctor.
Did this feel like this sleep came on suddenly?
It had been a very vigorous day, shall we say. I had been fatigued. I had been practicing with my bow and my arrow that day, earlier in the day, and then we had our meal, which weighed heavily on the stomach.
Okay, and was it in these chambers where you last saw her?
Yes, it was. Can I show you? She has a side room that only has access to my room, so it was here.
Okay, I have a look in the... may I?
Please do.
Have a look in the side room?
Mm-hmm. When you look in the side room, the bedclothes, the blankets and so forth have been shifted to one side as if somebody got up very quickly and flung them to one side to get out of bed. You can also see that there's a pewter mug by the side of the bed which has sippings of wine inside.
Okay, I have a little scan around the room with the sonic.
Okay, make an ingenuity plus technology roll.
So that's 9 plus...
And plus 2 for your skill.
Thank you. 23.
You notice that there's a rather extraordinary concentration of iron and sulphur in the blankets, both, and the sheeting that's still on the bed.
It looks like she has
Iron and
taken
sulphur.
and may have the plague.
But we know this is no ordinary plague.
No, we do, but whatever she has, we should call it the plague for now.
Okay.
We don't want to worry the Queen.
Okay.
Meanwhile, can we say that No Name has gone up to the battlements with Lord Mortonbury?
He has indeed.
He has indeed. And he's gazing down on the battle scene, and he can look out and see the enemy army massed on the field on the other side of the moat of Mortonbury Castle. When he looks down, what he notices is Lord Hawksford, the figure in the plate armour, is stood talking to some people around a fire that they've lit to do some cooking on. And he notices that there's a particular female figure amongst what is basically a body of armed men. Make an awareness plus ingenuity roll.
Okay.
For No Name.
No Name. No Name will be assayed between... shall I just take it, Nicola, or do you want to do some
No,
No Name?
please do. My name's
Okay.
Orla, but get the name right. But...
Yes, we're
asking
in
you-
game here. Please stay in character.
But how do I, in-game, ask her if she's going to be playing No Name? There's slow
You ask
mechanic
Orla.
involved. Right. Orla, you count out No Name's points. I'll act him.
Okay.
So what was it? Plus what?
Ingenuity plus awareness. Gazing down on the battle scene.
Those are his dice.
Oh, okay. My
So
apologies.
7 plus...
19.
No Name actually has fantastic vision because he is the product of a society that has for many centuries engaged in genetic engineering, and his eyesight is pretty much at the top of human potential. And what he realises is that the female figure is Mary Seton. Mary Seton is talking earnestly into the ear of Lord Hawksford.
Okay, No Name's going to listen in.
He only has human hearing.
And that's not what I heard. He got an implant in the 26th century.
Okay, make an awareness plus ingenuity roll. I thought it was No Name who was doing it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
He's trying to listen in.
Could you play him for a minute?
I beg your pardon. So it's awareness.
Awareness plus ingenuity.
Again.
Yeah.
Okay. We have 17.
17. You can't quite make out the words, but what you do see is that that Lord Hawksford is looking directly at Mortonbury Castle and stroking his chin, and he seems to be pointing to different bits on Mortonbury Castle, the various towers, where the cannons are, and things of that nature.
What are you doing? Are you going to tell me what you're doing?
They're far away.
Oh.
They're far away. So your No Name is stood on the battlements of the inner wall of Mortonbury Castle, and these people are massed beyond the outer wall, beyond the drawbridge, and beyond the moat on the field near to Mortonbury Castle. So you can't actually really hear what they're saying, but whatever Mary Seton is telling him, it seems to directly relate to Mortonbury Castle.
We need to get over there and find out what they're doing.
Why are you telling me? Because No Name's on his own.
Oh, am I? You're being No Name then. You're the speaker of No Name.
No, I just asked you to act in for a second while I was sorting the dogs out.
Oh, so sorry. Sorry, I thought I was me.
You're a professional operation here.
So meanwhile, back in the room, so you're with Mary Queen of Scots, and she's just shown you to this side room as well. There's also a Bible on the bedside table that she has as well. And she has a cupboard, effectively, wouldn't want to really call it a wardrobe, full of fine dresses for a lady in waiting. And she also has a chest as well that's currently locked.
Well, let's leave her chest out of this. This is a family game.
But it was locked.
Yeah.
It's ornate and covered in... It's a beautiful mahogany, and it's very ornately carved.
Still, leave her chest out of this.
It's beautiful and bountiful.
So I will do a bit of jiggery-pokery with the Sonic.
Is your Sonic broken?
No, it's just stalling.
It's just failing to perform properly.
Hey, it got there. I'm sure it wasn't as quick as yours. So, my Sonic tries to do its magic. You never annoy the DM. I should learn this by now. Do some jiggery-pokery with the lock to see if I can open the chest.
The Sonic completely fails because it's a simple bolt.
Okay, I then pull out of my pocket a toothpick, which I try and jimmy the lock with.
Okay, make an coordination plus subterfuge roll, please.
12, and I'll play one of these.
Thank you. So you're going to roll an extra dice? Or have you already...
Sorry, I should say that was my token of extra pointage.
Gotcha.
Plus 6. Oh, sorry, that's my joints, but the chest is open, which is a plus.
You open the chest, and there's more robes and extra blankets inside the chest. And while you move them to one side, you come to what appears to be a leather case.
Okay, well, I open the case.
You open it, it's not locked. Inside, there appears to be several letters written with beautiful calligraphic hand.
Okay, although I don't like to look at someone's personal letters.
We need to read them.
Ola, why are you already reading them?
Because we haven't got time. We've got safety in hand. People to save.
Look, I'm dead against this. What do they say?
It appears to be a slightly risque love letter, very passionate, from Sir Ulrich Hansen to Mary Seton.
Ola, why are you sweating? Going red-faced.
Why?
It is quite hot stuff.
It is nothing I have not read before.
It talks about her beautiful visage in the moonlight.
Nothing I haven't read before. However, this cad, Hansen.
Lord Mortonbury's right-hand man.
It's still a cad. A cad is a cad.
And do I get
Right
the
hand
feeling
man or
they're,
not?
do I get the feeling they're more than pen pals?
But
It ends up with a postscript saying, "Thank you for restitching my codpiece."
is that
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
This sounds very suspect. Lord Hanson wants to marry Mary, Queen of Scots.
No, this is addressed to Mary. There's Mary Seton,
Mary Seton,
who
yeah.
is
I know.
who's Mary, Queen of Scots, chief lady of the
I am
bedchamber.
aware, but is this a plot? Why is he writing to her?
Well, maybe because he's interested in her.
But he wants to marry the Queen, so are they plotting against her?
Who knows?
As you're discussing this this amazing plot point, Mary, Queen of Scots, finally all in her finery again. Let me show you my picture here. Here we are. So yes, she in fact that's exactly what you see. She walks in and says, "Doctor, what have you discovered? Do you know where my lady of the bedchamber is?"
Let us just say our investigations are not complete, but we have some suspicions. If you would indulge us, we are just going to investigate some further, and then we hope to return her safely to you.
If you can do anything to help, I will be very pleased.
Okay. But first I must check in on my young ward.
Very well.
Why are we not showing her the letters?
Sometimes it's best not to show your hand a little too early.
I appreciate that, but best to also expose a cat as well, just in case while we are gone.
Sometimes people in power can be quick to anger and quick to react. We need a more subtle hand to play this out. Remember, we've only just put an army at rest for a moment.
Okay.
Sir Aldrich appears at the door of Mary, Queen of Scots' bedchamber. "Lord Mortenbury has called us for a council of war. Never has Mortenbury Castle been in more serious danger than it is at the moment." He can't, while he's talking, he can't quite stop glancing at Orla every now and then. This may well be our greatest peril, he says, and as he does so, he brandishes his fine point, his poniard sword. "We are needed in the main hall for a council. You are required to attend immediately, and that includes you, Your Majesty."
Do you want to go, Your Majesty?
"Well, I do not believe I have any choice. I am a guest of Lord Mortenbury, and I must do every honourable thing he requests of me."
Well, we best go then, the doctor says, very subtly, back-pocketing one of the letters.
So you head down to the main chamber, and you're sat round the dining table, basically, again, because that's the nearest he's got to a council of war table. And No Name is there as well. There's also Mary, Queen of Scots, Sir Aldrich, Lord Mortenbury, and Mary, Queen of Scots' second lady-in-waiting, who is Molly Waters. Mm-hmm. Okay. Robert the Quack is also there as well.
That was a very loud quack.
As you're sat down, some of Lord Mortenbury's hounds are wandering around and barking occasionally, and Lord Mortenbury absent-mindedly throws them a slab of meat once in a while to keep them under control. But they're quite rowdy all the same.
They are tonight. They're very restless, the dogs tonight.
Yeah. Must be such pain for him.
Lord Mortenbury stands and he says, "Doctor, I understand that you negotiated a settlement of sorts with Lord Hawksford. Can you tell me more about this?"
He agreed to stand his forces down for but 2 hours. We have only an hour 45 left.
"Yes, Your Majesty," and he speaks to the Queen, "I request that you take up residence in our dungeon. It will only be for a short time, but I feel that may well be the safest place for you for now."
We believe not.
"How so?"
We feel that she would not be safe in a dungeon, and she can decide if she wants to go or not, but we advise against it.
"Where do you think she should go? We may well be, whilst our walls are strong and our men are brave, there are but few of us, and Lord Hawksford has his army of hundreds, and he also has the Silver Knights. You've seen them. Did you see him stop a cannonball with its own hand? Fire leaps from their arms.
Did you not
They are creatures of the devil."
Did you not see me stopping them?
I did, Doctor. You're a magician yourself, are you not a sorcerer? Why, this could very well be King Arthur's table itself, and you're my Merlin. He says, drinking from a tankard of some watered-down ale, as he does. He seems slightly a bit half-cut, even this early in the morning.
Well, I might say I do bring something to the table.
So, you're sat at the dining table in the main hall of Mortonbury Castle, having this conference with Lord Mortonbury and Sir Aldrich. Lord Mortonbury says, Doctor, I saw that you had some conference with Lord Hawksford. Perhaps you might indulge us by explaining what exactly you discussed and what settlement you have reached with the man.
Well, he agreed much as I'm sure you do. There is no need for needless bloodshed here.
No.
So he's agreed
but we will not fall to the recusant, sir.
He's agreed to stay his hand for 2 hours. While we can sort this out.
On what terms? What did you offer to him?
I offered him that everyone would be satisfied by the end.
I can't quite believe that Lord Hawksford would simply stay his hand for 2 hours simply because you asked him nicely, Doctor.
Well, I'm a very convincing man, sir.
You are. You are indeed a formidable figure. That has to be said, most certainly.
But right now, we have to solve what's happening here, solve this plague, and get everyone out of here safely.
Very well. My feeling is to have Her Majesty reside in my dungeon for her own safety.
You're very keen on having her stay in your dungeon.
It is the safest part of the castle, madam.
Would you stay there?
I would if I weren't a man who was in charge of this castle, who had to fight, then I would. If I had my son here, then I would put him in the dungeon as well to keep him safe. My dear son, Tobias, absolutely.
We put it to the Queen, it's her choice.
I think so too, but I vote against it.
Well, it's her choice.
Of course it's her choice. I'm just saying, my opinion would be, why would you want to get trapped in...
Dr. Gabriel Field is there as well. Do you remember the plague doctor, the first person that you met?
Oh, I remember.
And who is an agent for the Queen herself, for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth's principal secretary. He says, I believe too that Her Majesty ought to take up residence in the dungeon just for this time being, whilst we face this moment of crisis.
Is the Queen in attendance?
She is. She most certainly is, yes. She's sat there somewhat thoughtful and looking rather scared.
My lady, what would you choose to do at this juncture?
I will do whatever Lord Mortonbury asks me, as long as it is honourable and reasonable. What do you suggest, Doctor?
I suggest it is your choice. We cannot make it for you.
Then if Lord Mortonbury asks me to go there, then I shall. And saying that, she gets up with Molly Waters, and Dr. Field is actually accompanying them down towards the dungeon.
The doctor stands and doffs his cap deeply.
She bows gracefully.
No name looks confused in the custom.
She curtsies. What am I talking about?
Why is Dr. Field going?
Who are you asking? Are you just...
The general room. Why is Dr. Field going with the Queen?
Sir Aldrich looks over and says, Dr. Field is an agent of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth.
Exactly. Why is he going with... That is not a good move.
I am sure Dr. Field has only honourable intentions to safeguard Her Majesty, just as we have.
Doctor, there may be injured on the battlefield. Should you not join us?
Yes, I feel you shouldn't go with them.
No. I can take care of Her Majesty. I have only her best needs and her welfare in mind.
What manner would you be taking care of her?
In case there are any intransigents who make their way into the tunnel.
Oh, luckily there are guards there just for that purpose.
You do not need to go. We are not going to let you go.
Although perhaps a little milder with language.
That was no language.
The terminology.
Okay. We will refrain you.
But it is my duty.
But it's your duty as a doctor to look after the sick and the injured.
It is your duty to Elizabeth, not to Mary.
Lord Mortonbury is stroking his somewhat straggly beard. Rather uncomfortable because he hadn't had a chance to groom it this morning. Dr. Field, yes. So, do you want to
Could you remind me which one was the one who wrote the letters?
Sir Aldrich.
Oh.
Yeah. Sir Aldrich Hanson,
Yeah.
who is Lord Mortonbury's right-hand man, was the writer of the letters that you've discovered. Absolutely.
And he is there in the room, or?
Sir Aldrich is, certainly. He's the dashing young knight.
Anyway, Sir Aldrich, I say, producing the letter, found out. What do you think I should do? You, like I, are a man of letters, I believe?
Yes, I write letters, yes. What of it? I am a man of letters. Just because I am a man of the sword does not mean that I am not a man of the quill as well.
So what do you think I should do? I'm finding myself with one of the letters he wrote, which I'm guessing he doesn't want brought to anyone's attention.
What is that? What is
just
that?
A fan to call myself?
Yes.
Do you think the doctor should stay with us?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Yes, I do.
It's quite a reasonable.
Yes, I believe Dr. Field. I believe the doctor is correct. Dr. Field should be on the field of battle to help with the wounded. Yes, that makes perfect sense to me.
I feel much cooled already.
Good. And Dr. Field sort of huffs and then walks back to the table. Mary and Molly have gone. Lord Mortonbury says, "So, Doctor, what are your thoughts on what we do next? You have conversed with Lord Hawksford. It is some time since I have. What do you think? What plans should we make in the meantime, considering that it is now only 1 hour of the clock or so until he renews his attack?"
Okay, no, did you catch any intel? Well, yes, I did. I managed to deduce that they were talking about the lady in waiting who was down there with them.
The lady in waiting? Do you mean Mary Seaton? Is that what you mean, No Name? Lord Mortonbury asks.
Yes.
Where was she?
She was with the invading forces.
What? She must have told them all our secrets.
I do not believe so, says No Name.
I fear for our very safety. If somebody who is so intimately aware of the layout of the castle is in converse with Lord Hawksford, we may all be in serious peril.
Then we must free her.
Indeed.
Okay.
But however, is she a double agent? Is she getting information for us?
Do we know of any plan to send her in as a double agent?
No, she is simply Her Majesty's Lady of the Bedchamber. She's not an agent, Dr. Field says.
There's no.
I am the only agent here on behalf of the Principal Secretary to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth.
As we know, as you tell us again.
Well, it is to ensure you all understand my status here.
We know.
Okay, I see only one solution to this. She's over there, we're over here. One of us needs to get captured. See ya! Come on, guys! So I go bounding towards the door with No Name and Orla. Assume you're following.
I am. My suggestion, though, would have been to go to the Winchester, have a pint, and wait till it all blows over.
Few centuries early for the Winchester to be built.
So sorry. Just from our travels.
Well, there is a nice inn in Mortonbury Village that you passed.
Later.
So you leave them. The rest of the table are pretty stunned that you've just got up and convince yourself to go over and give yourselves up to Lord Hawksford. Okay. So you walk out to the castle. There's a number of Lord Mortonbury's men.
Okay, well, I go to the doorway of the castle with Orla and No Name. Right. You two stay here. It's up to you if you want to make yourselves known or not, but I think I should go this one alone. I'll find out what's happening over there. You keep things together here. Orla?
Is that because I'm a female?
Yes, that's why I trust you so implicitly.
Oh, I'm sure you do. No.
Someone needs to know to keep an eye on what's happening here.
And that's why we have No Name.
I would be happy to stay. No Name, who asked you? You did, Doctor. That's not the point.
At this point, dear listener, Doctor Squee is actually playing two roles at the same time and doing a good job of it.
Oh, I thought you just had a split personality. I was just letting that play out.
It was impressive.
Anyway, Orla, how do you think I'm looking today? Oh, wow, you're looking as fine as ever. Oh, thank you, Orla. Just taking all the parts
split
now.
personalities.
So, No Name agrees to stay then, and I'm not going to talk you out of this, am I?
Thank you. No, you're not.
Fine. So we go towards the lines. With No Name, staying in the castle.
Okay. While you're doing so, you walk out of the gate. One of the Cybermen has got on one of the steeds and is galloping towards the drawbridge, which you're currently crossing. You're walking over the drawbridge, over the moat, and he's galloping towards you on his cyber steed.